Go
No,
ahead.
you go.
Sure thing. Go ahead.
No, you've been doing it the whole time.
No, I'm just trying out. Go ahead.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go over my knife collection.
And who are you?
That's supposed to be kept a mystery. No one knows who I am.
Well, really, we never really had a legitimate DNA test, but they tell me he's my oldest son.
There was a video.
Nah. All right, welcome to the channel. Okay, so show me what you got here, Jade.
Alright, this is my first knife that he bought me. I want to say almost a decade ago, if not pretty close to it. SOG Twitch 2. Bought it at Lowe's. I want to say it was like 20, 30 bucks.
I don't remember buying it at Lowe's, but
I remember buying it at Lowe's. I remember it was at Lowe's because we never went there, and I was like, wow, we're at Lowe's and we bought a knife. We need to come to Lowe's more often. So
what'd you do? Say I wanted it and I bought it?
Well, you said, you were actually telling me that day, like,
those are good knives.
yeah, you're like, this is a really good knife, and we went in there, and lo and behold, there's a Lowe's, there's a SOG Twitch 2 there. Boss 8, real small knife. I mean, you can carry it and lose it, but, I mean, just my first knife, that kind of means something to
I
me.
still like them.
Yeah, I do too. I carried it a little bit while I was in Oklahoma, but only because I didn't have that one. This is my second knife, my second real knife that he got me. It's a Spyderco
Yet another pattern. It sounds like I'm spoiling you.
Delica. Well, I mean, we went to a gun show and I saw this knife online, and I just wanted it so bad. And we went to the gun show, and this is like the one thing I looked for. And we found it, and it was usually $100, but at the time it was.
I think it was like 90.
90 something. It was more than a 12-year-old could spend, and we saw it, and it was $50, and we bought it, and yeah, and I beat the crap out of it. I lost the pocket clip. Don't know where the pocket clip is.
Broke the tip.
Let my buddy use it. He broke the tip using it as a screwdriver. Yeah, it's gone through. Been sharpened like maybe 5 or 6 times because I never really used it. I just kind of carried it, but
what we were talking about earlier was the table we bought it off of. The vendor was an old man, and he had serious OCD. I mean, he had a lot of nice knives, but he did not like. He had a certain order. I mean, if it was a millimeter this way or that way, that's where it was. That's where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you grabbed a knife and looked at it and you set it down roughly in the same area, man, his head just and he'd go around moving them back into places. So I always remembered that vendor, and that's why I remember purchasing from him, because I found it a little annoying to go to his table. You know, I hated, he had a system, you almost didn't want to like watch his head explode, but he had some nice knives, and it must be really tough to have OCD trying to sell knives to people who are grabbing them.
yeah, who always touch them. But what are you gonna do? So yeah, this was my first real knife that I really enjoyed and used, and it was really good quality. This is good quality, but nothing compared to this.
Yeah, and I ended up getting the Endura because of that knife. It was so sharp, I was scared to give it to him.
Yeah.
I was afraid he was going to rip himself wide open doing something, and he's always been trustworthy. But man, that was a really sharp knife for a young child. And
For a 13-year-old to break.
yeah, and I was telling him, hey, this is a whole new level. You got to treat this on a level that, you got to be really, I just didn't want to get in trouble with Mom, him coming in all bloody and her beating me over the head with a pan because I gave him a razor blade to play with.
Never happened.
Yeah, we got lucky.
The next knife you got me was this one. It's a Kaiser. You can look it up. You can try to find it. It's the KI3302B1. It's really hard to find. You can't really find it much anymore. I saw it on Knife Center. He showed it to me actually, and he showed it to me, and that day we bought it because I loved it so much. It's titanium.
I loved it too. I just wanted to hold it.
Yeah, it's titanium. It's got electro.
The coloring.
The color is from the heat. VG10 Damascus, straight line Damascus. VG10. Nice little shape. I don't really carry it.
Pocket clip.
Yeah, tip down pocket clip. Don't really like it. I don't really carry it, but it's nice to have. I mean, I like the little like Tron Legacy kind of thing going on here.
Yeah.
Really like it a lot. It's a
beautiful knife.
Yeah, you'll like out of these you'll spot this first because of how flashy it is.
Yeah.
But
It's really pretty.
nice knife. Look at a lot.
But that was right when Kaiser first hit the market.
So you could
And,
buy this like
I
cheap.
purchased a Kaiser, and I was really big into them. The D2 craze hadn't really hit yet and dropped the bottom out on prices, but Kaiser came in really strong and gave a lot of knife for the money.
Yeah, people were kind of questioning the value, and now they're a lot of money. You can't touch a Kaiser for much less than $100. But
Oh yeah,
this
yeah.
was the cat's meow for $100.
Speaking of,
Loved
what did they come up with after that? What did Kaiser do to answer the problem for that? The Tangram by
Tangram by Kaiser.
Kaiser. Yeah, that's their more affordable.
Yeah,
Line
line. Kind
below
of like
it.
bird. Kind of like the bird of Kaiser. Bird to Spyderco. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the bird line of Spyderco.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be.
A little less quality, but same good quality. You know.
Yeah.
This is the Tangram Santa Fe. It's a Azo design. Nice knife. G10 scales. Deep pocket clip. Really thin blade. I like it a lot. Thin everything. Japanese Akuto steel. It's kind of like 9CR 18 or 13 MOV, something like that. It's not an S35 VN or a something like that. It's kind of a 440C AUS 8. A little bit better. It's in that realm. It's a $30, $40 knife. I like it. I don't really carry it. It's
Quality's good for the money though.
Yeah.
At the time, I think they kind of. When the Tangram line came out, it was just right on the precipice of when they launched the D2s and through Ganzo, and they would have, they probably seen they had quite a market, but Ganzo changed the whole playing field. Now everybody's, for the money,
yeah. You can
that's
get
a nice
good
knife.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Japanese Akuto, liner lock, G10 scales, deep pocket clip. Like it. Nothing you want to beat on, but it'll cut. You can slice some tomatoes with it if you wanted to.
it's a nice knife. It's got
Really
a nice edge.
really nice knife.
I like the blade shape too. The blade shape's nice.
Yeah, kind of
Hard to describe.
it's a thing. Let's just say that.
I want to say it's a stretched out sheep's foot.
Yeah.
It's a drop point sheep's foot that almost has a bit of a, what is that? The flat blade?
Full flat grind.
No. Well, it is a flat grind, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, no, it's
almost
not all
all
the
the way. Almost, but yeah, you can cut some good stuff with this.
Yeah, I like it.
Like
It's a
this
good
knife a lot. Put that down. This is the Ganzo.
The game changer.
The Firebird FH13, D2 steel. This is more of like a work knife. This is more something that I'd carry and work with compared to the Tangram. But I like it a lot. Stonewashed blade. I wasn't a big fan of it in the beginning, but the more I carry it, the more I hold it.
Who got you that knife?
You gave it to me at like 7 o'clock in the morning one day. I woke up and was like, here.
It might have been. It might have been 9 in the morning. That's the same time for him. He's a teenager.
Not really. But,
from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m., it's all a blur.
So, D2 steel, stonewashed blade. I like the shape of it. Wasn't a big fan in the beginning, but the more I look at it, the more I like it. Good knife, deep pocket clip. Not quite as deep as a Tangram, but it still does its thing. Easiest flipping knife I have by far. It like glass. It's so easy to flip.
Well, that's the design, the first Firebird in D2. It was actually the 12, which really didn't. That's the 13. It's got a different finish. That actually started it all for Ganzo's big D2 run. Actually, I have a few others we'll see in the future, but great knife, really good knife.
Love it. Love it, even though I haven't carried it yet. I probably will carry it quite a bit. Already did that one. The rake.
Oh,
this is my favorite knife. It kind of, I really want a Sebenza. I love everything about the Sebenza.
one of my favorites.
One of his favorites. I love the Sebenza. Not going to buy a Sebenza. Can't really afford it. I can afford it, but I really don't. It'd be a waste, So this kind of fills the void. It's shaped a lot like the Sebenza. Not quite to a T, but got the same colors, and it's a little bit bigger, but it's smooth as glass, razor sharp, easy to sharpen. It's the P801SF and 14C28N. You can't see that right now, but nice blue deep pocket clip, hides in the pocket real easy, really thin, light blade. Like it a lot. I like the blue accents on the thumb stud and the ring or whatever that is. Pocket clip, just a nice knife. Like it a lot. Flips really easy, and it's cuts really nice.
Yeah, they say it's the same steel that you use in a razor blade, and I could see that being possibly right. It strops up beautifully, takes a real nice edge really quick. The thing about the rake, when this hit the market, man, it was just like, everybody's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I remember hearing about
And then the 108 came, that's the 801, right?
Yeah, 801.
And then the 108 is a nice knife too, but other than those two knives, I'm not feeling it. I just wish that they would follow more of what they've done here. I think they'd get a better following. They could go along the same lines as this and then mix it up with some G10, but we haven't seen it so much. I mean, other than those two knives, the other ones I'm like, so we'll see what happens, but I love that knife. That's a good go-to knife.
I like it a lot.
You cannot buy that knife. I think this knife, when I bought it, I waited for it to come, the slow boat from China, and I paid $28 for this knife. That is a steal for what is in this knife. I don't know what they're running now. They're around 30s, but oh my gosh,
it's worth it still.
Yeah. You'll never pick up a knife at Walmart again when you have something like this in your hand and you go, oh, I paid less than $30 or $35. You can't go from this and then at your local
Lowe's. I think you can buy those at Walmart.
Hit this and go, hey, these are kind of comparable.
Same price.
If you think that, then you probably don't need to be watching this channel. No, I'm joking.
But,
no, they're really good knives. It's just there's a lot in this knife for the money. It's just amazing.
The knife that I've carried the most, that I've beat up on and all that, the Steel Wheel Modus. Love this knife. D2 steel, so it's on the edge of rusting the whole time you have it. As soon as it comes out of the box, it's going to rust. Not really. You have to take really good care of it.
Actually, I do have a steel wheel, and I pulled it out. I never carried it, and it had two little specks. So you're kind of right.
Yeah.
But then I've got like another one or two that have nothing, and then of course my Intrigue has specks.
So G10 scales, D2 metal, 3 3/8 inch blade. Nice. I like it. I like the blue and the orange. I got that because it was different, and you kind of spot it. It flips real good. You can beat the crap out of it. Liner lock. You can baton with it. This thing's built like a tank. I mean, you can do anything to it. Aluminum spacer. Don't try to knock slag off a weld with it because you'll tear it up. The pocket clip's not the best. It can snag, and when it does,
I disagree with that. I think you just had bad luck with it. I've had multiple, and I've never had any problem.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I snagged on it one time. I think I snagged on it twice actually, and I had to bend it back both times. But
so we're contacting Steel Wheel to see if they'll specially design some clips just for him.
I'm gonna send him.
Everybody else.
I'm gonna send him a strongly worded email.
Strongly worded.
No, I don't really. I mean, it is what it is. It's a $40 knife, and you could do anything with it that you could this Spyderco or a rake or a Ganzo. It's just a really nice knife.
Love the Steel Wheels. When they came out, bam.
Mm-hmm.
I've got quite a few, like I said. I like the Intrigue myself. I prefer the hardiness of the Modus, and I carry it for that reason, but I like that pointy tip when I need to get like splinters or stuff or cutting open things. I don't know, but I've got to be careful with it because it cuts everything in its path. Mm-hmm. That little tip is pokey.
Mm-hmm. Nice knife. Most respected knife I have because I've really abused this one and it's handled it. Alright, we're going to go over the sheathed knives real quick. This is an Anza.
A what knife?
Thief knife. An Anza is a file. Before you could still see the bastard in it. Is that the bastard?
What are you calling me?
It's a full bastard, right?
Why are you calling me that?
Well,
you're a little asshole.
If the shoe fits.
Yeah, it's a bastard.
The bastard. You can still see it. It's a file, so it's it's a file. I mean, I don't know what metal it is. It cuts really good.
How much is that knife?
Like $40-50 for this and the sheath on eBay.
Really nice. So you can still get the Anzas. They're cool.
Mm-hmm. Actually, really cool. I remember you had one a long time ago.
I did. A wood handled Anza, and I really liked it. I don't know why. I think
I found it in one of those old coffee buckets.
And it was probably rusted, wasn't it?
It was rusted to crap.
Yeah.
Nice knife. I like it. $50. You can have it. Yeah. This one's probably my favorite fixed blade I have out of like 2 or 3. It's a Ken Richardson. handmade knife out of Missouri. The guy, he died. I think his son or his son-in-law makes them still. Nice knife, 1085. Comes with a sheath. Christmas from my mom, me and all my brothers, we all got one. It was the same knife, just 4 different styles, and we all got them and we all traded them, and everyone got what they wanted in the end. So it worked out perfectly.
Nice custom.
Yeah, nice custom knife. $115 for this.
It's got jeweling on the blade.
Yeah.
Too. If you've seen the previous one, my younger son has his on display. The previous video with Trace.
Nice knife. A lot of bang for your buck.
I'm glad that you had the name. What's the name again?
Ken Richardson.
Ken Richardson, and you can find it on eBay, hopefully, if they're still around.
They should be. I saw quite a few. Nice knife. This is your grandpa's knife, a case. I think everyone should have a case or something like it, an old timer, something like that.
A traditional?
Yeah, traditional knife. This medium Stockman, amber bone, chrome vanadium. This is, I actually used it quite a bit. It's got a patina on it. The sheath kind of went through some wear and tear a little bit. Love this knife. I always liked cases. I don't know why. It's just something about it. It's like Americana, like a pinup girl. You see it and you think America. I like it a lot. America. Like it a lot. Used it quite a bit. I'm thinking about buying another one, different bone, something.
I'm planning on quite a few more traditionals.
I'm thinking about a trapper in like jade bone. That'd be cool.
I would like to do that, but I'm kind of thinking I might go down the road of looking toward more like of the higher end steel stainlesses that have gone into a traditional design. That's where I'd like to go. I mean, they're out there, but they're not as plentiful as just your basic traditionals.
Yeah. So, nice knife.
Well, I really like your collection here.
Thanks, me too.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put a few under the tabletop so you can take a better look at it, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and let you take a closer look at these 3 knives that I set aside. I think that there's something you might want to see, the different things on them. So we'll go ahead and get going on this. Okay, let's start off with this one right here in the sheath. This one here is the Anza. And if you take a look at it, if I can get centered. Wow, yeah, it is getting a little older, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you can actually see the file lines in it. At least I can. I don't know if you can. Hopefully you can. But
they're there.
Nice little knife.
Nice stag bone scales on it.
I mean, it's just not huge.
Yeah, no, it's
definitely
smaller than I wanted, but.
Most of you are probably familiar with Anza. Those are just good knives. Okay, let's go ahead and go to this one real quick. This is the what, Jade?
The Ken Richardson handmade knife.
And this one is really nice. You can actually see the jeweling right on there. Thank you.
1085.
1085 carbon.
Yeah. On the bolster, you can see the engraving KR16.
Yeah, it's there. I think that's where.
Yeah, right there.
Really pretty knife. Done a clean job of it. I'm really liking that one. And how much was that one?
115 for that and the sheath.
And this one you really needed to take a look at. This is the Kaiser
KI330.
Is that what it was? Let's see. The other side?
Yeah. The KI330 2B1.
Okay, that.
Yeah, yeah.
But look at how beautiful
It's almost
this
a serial
knife is.
number.
This knife is just absolutely gorgeous. It's a showstopper. Let's see if we can take a look at that blade and get a better look at that Damascus. There she is. I just love this little knife. I mean, it's just a beautiful little knife. And that handle is something else. It's just really nice. Everything about it. Okay, so we pretty much covered that. I'm glad you spent some time with us. Please stick around. We're going to go ahead and do a couple more and get a few up here with my son Jade. I hope you enjoyed seeing his collection today. And be sure and subscribe, hit that like button, and ring the bell, and it'll notify you every time we have a new one come out. So thanks for coming and watching our video.